Hello, and welcome to this One Piece Roleplay Season Finale Q&A. Now, without further ado, let's get into this Q&A. Thank you for everyone who sent in questions. Now, if you didn't get a chance to send in questions, or you asked a question after, the Friday before this is uploaded, just ask the question on this, actual video itself, and I will answer. I read, all the comments, I will definitely get to it. Trust me on that is no lie, my Kai. So yeah, I'll get to it within a couple days if you're asking. I get pretty much all my comments, even though YouTube screws up a lot of the time and doesn't alert me of comments, and I have to go through manually on my videos, which kind of's a pain, but if it just would work, that'd be great. But, c'est la vie, what can you do? Mr. Magoo. Nothing really. Yeah, Mr. Magoo can't do anything, he's Mr. Magoo. Thank you everyone who asked their questions. I really do appreciate it. I did not expect to get as many questions as I did. I really did not expect this many questions. I was expecting maybe like 4, 5 maximum, but I ended up getting around 10 questions, which is just awesome. It is so cool to get that many questions, and I thank you all so much for that. So, I think I'm going to start off with the first fan-submitted question by Unicorn D Evil. Now, if you minus the space between evil and D, it's devil, which is pretty cool. I like what he did there. Who's your favorite character? Okay, I'm just gonna put a couple things out there, and you're gonna guess. We're gonna play the guessing game at first. Okay, things I like in anime. Well, badassery. I know who you're talking about already. Yeah, most of you should. I also like people who work hard, and I also like swords. So, you got it already. That's right. It's Sanji. No, I hate, no, not Sanji. No. He did not meet any of those qualities. I just upset all the Sanji fans out there, calling him not hardworking, calling him also not badass. He had like 4 badass scenes, guys, at least 4 badass scenes. But no, it's of course Roronoa, Zoro. Why is Zoro my favorite character? Well, he's badass. Like when I was a kid and I watched the One Pieces when he fought Mihawk and he got stabbed, and he's like, I feel like if I backed up from your blade, that would be worse than death. And I was like, wow, that's really badass. And now that I'm older, I'm actually find it relatable, which is scary. That terrifies me. That, like, if someone's stabbing me, am I really willing just to stand there and be like, nah, I'm not backing up. Screw you. I'm just take this like a man. That'd be a fate worse than death being a coward. Yeah, that's probably a bad thing. I should probably go to a therapist, to be honest. But yeah, Zoro's the type of character that I used to say, the type of character I wanted to be, but I knew never could be. I always related to Luffy the most. Kind of happy-go-lucky, never really works on anything, but still kind of comes out on top. That sort of thing. I don't know, I just always kind of related to him a lot more in One Piece, but over time, I think, I've matured a little bit, and I decided that, really, Zoro's not the type of character that I want to be and I can't. He's the type of character I want to be and I have to work hard to be. Become a hard worker. Working hard to become a hard worker is kind of ironic, but still. So it's Zoro because his badassery. I love swords. Swords is one of my favorite things, like, just in the world. Swords have been sword honor and things like that. Just one of my favorite things. Zoro, love his personality, love his badassery. That's really all around pretty cool dude. Pretty cool dude. So yeah, and that should also hint at the fact that Falcon will have a lot more things, and this also ties into the next question. That'd been a great segue, but no. But yeah, Falcon's probably going to do a lot more things since he is kind of the Zoro of the series. He's the swordsman of the crew. So yeah, Falcon probably will get a bit more of the limelight than the rest of the crew, but it'll be pretty evenly divided. In my opinion, pretty evenly divided. Now, moving on to the next question. Speaking of Falcon, it starts off by Mystic Rainbow Quartz. Also, Steven Universe is amazing. Just putting that out there. You should all watch it. It is incredible. If you like One Piece, you might like Steven Universe. Okay, now that's done. Falcon is badass. You should add a scene when Falcon is saying Falcon Punch. And I'm just going to say, okay, got it. Boom, we're doing it. Like I said, I'd do this like 2 months ago, and now I'm gonna do it, because, I took a break there for a while, because a guy I knew died, and that kind of upset me a little bit, and I didn't feel like making videos, so it's not my fault, don't make me. I'm just kidding, it's completely my fault. But Falcon's badass. Thank you. I know. Thank you. That means a lot. When you hear your character's badass, that's just that means a lot. That means a lot. But as you were questioned, here you go. Falcon saying the things. The things.
Falcon Punch!
That was Falcon saying Falcon Punch. I hope you enjoyed. What am I doing? I don't know. Okay, next question is by a guy named Ace Ajugia. I can't pronounce his last thing because I'm not good with other languages, even though I'm trying to learn Japanese. But right now I basically have the ability to rent a hotel room and order breakfast. So that's pretty good. I could survive off of breakfast. I don't need anything besides breakfast. Breakfast for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense if you don't think about it. Okay, what is your ideal number for crew members? Now, when I was younger, when I was a wee lad writing my little shonens, I was thinking around 6. 6 was an ideal number for just teams in general. But as I got older, I realized I can handle a lot more characters. It's easy to write a lot more characters, especially non-combatant characters. Those are really easy to write. I should write a bunch of those so I can have more interesting, diverse casts without having to have a bunch of different fight scenes all the time. And then I was like, yeah, that's a good point. I would say probably around 10 to 15 is optimal, in my opinion, for a main cast. I prefer around that amount. If it's a really well put together cast, it can be a little higher than that. Such a series like Danganronpa start off with a bit higher than that, and other series along those lines. Danganronpa is an amazing series. You should all check that out. Sponsor link in this. I don't know. There's no link in the description. It's a video game series. Check it out. It's amazing. Don't watch the anime. Play the games. They're just incredible. But yeah, so a 10 to 15 generally is around what I would say would be optimal for most stories, but it could go higher, could go lower, depending on how strong the characters are, how much they hold up, and how character focused it is in general, really. But yeah, for shonen, I would say 10 combatant fighters and maybe like 2 to 4 extra non-combatant fighters, so like medics, navigators, things like that. The Namis, the Namis, the Robins, the Brooks, the Frankies, pretty much anyone besides the Monster Trio don't really fight in One Piece anymore, which kind of upsets me. I would like to see them, show their chops. They trained for 2 years, guys. Come on, they got it. They can fight. But yeah, so 10 to 15, that's my answer as a writer. I say that ironically and then at the same time not ironically because, I'm trying to be a writer. If you didn't know that, that's an answer to Q&A. Now, I'm going to break up the next question with a question of my own to myself, because I didn't think I had enough questions to fill this out completely, and so I asked myself questions. I'm not lonely and a loser at all. What is your favorite One Piece arc? Me? Well, that's a good question, me. I used to think, back in the days of East Blue and South Blue and whatever the blues were, it was Shibori, all the way up until Arlong Park happened. Then it was Arlong Park, all the way up till Alabasta happened, then it was Alabasta, all the way up to Water 7/CP9, which is the same arc, and I count it as one arc, and so does pretty much everyone else. So, of course, if you had to separate in two, it'd be the climax over the build-up, but you need the build-up and the climax for a solid story, so CP9 arc was my favorite, all the way up till Fishman Island. Okay? Actually, all the way up to like 4 episodes into Punk Hazard, basically. I think we're like halfway through Punk Hazard in the manga. Either way, like halfway through Punk Hazard, I was like, wait a minute, no, I can't keep living this charade. I honestly like the Whitebeard War the best. I'm pretty sure anyone who watches One Piece pretty much always picks Whitebeard War. For a good reason. It's a really well put together arc. A lot of unique characters were introduced. A lot of emotions were had, and it was really good. There are certain things I liked a lot more in CP9 than than Whitebeard War. But yeah, I would pick Whitebeard War over it. And then you ask, well, do you have is that just like the best? Isn't Whitebeard War the best? And I'm like, no, it's not. You've obviously never watched Hunter x Hunter if you think Whitebeard War is the best shonen arc. You've not seen the Chimera Ant arc greatness. That war. Boom, that trumps. The Chimera Ant War trumps the Whitebeard War. That's how good Hunter x Hunter is. I mean, come on. That was just, beautiful. But, stop sponsoring other things and start talking about this. Okay, another question from myself is, what made you decide to start a One Piece roleplay? I'm pretty sure I got this question in one of my older videos. I went to look for it, but I couldn't find it. I think it might have been on discussion or some. I think I might have got it outside of the One Piece videos, so I wasn't able to find it. But I think I got it from you. If you asked this, sorry that I couldn't find your comment and give you credit for asking this, but I'm fairly certain I actually got this question from someone somewhere. But my reason for having a One Piece roleplay is quite simple. I was making a One Piece Let's Play. And the reason I was making a One Piece Let's Play of the My and Mine no Mi mod was because I saw this cool guy series called Sizzle Games. He was making a One Piece roleplay, and I got to like episode 4 where the Flame Brothers were introduced, and I think like maybe fought. I don't know. I don't remember. But the Flame Brothers were introduced, and I was like, well, yeah, like this gives me a good idea. What if I have a One Piece Let's Play where I have custom bosses from custom NPCs that I can fight, and I I go through like warlords that custom made and some reoccurring boss fights. Falcon was originally supposed to be a rival character I was gonna fight like every few episodes, like every couple arcs, I would fight Falcon, and we kind of grow together, and be, at the end of the series, it'd be like me versus him, 2 Yonkos going against it for Pirate King, something like that. Something like that was my original idea, but then, it kind of, I just was like, screw it, I'm gonna make a roleplay instead. Why? I don't know. I never looked back since. It was one of those moments of mad genius. Mad because, oh my gosh, there's so much more work. Oh my gosh. And the first episode was so terrible in comparison. But genius because, wow, it was a really well-received series. And I quite enjoy that. And thank you for all the nice comments you people leave. So, yeah, thank you for that. And you might say, well, that's a story. Kind of straightforward, kind of not. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Back to the actual fan-submitted Q&A questions from Scissor Gamer Blaze. Wow, that was enough of a tongue twister. Huh. He says, say a certain word, and I'm going to try my best to say it, okay? Here we go. He says to say, Keizu Kunori Orunaru. Did I do it? No, I did not. No, I really did not. I tried my best. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, beyond that, let's go to the next question, which is the most loaded question out of any of these. It should be so straightforward and simple. I'm not able to give a straightforward and simple answer to this, but I will say this is really loaded. It's from Eric Joseph. He asks, do you have a girlfriend? And I say, no. I got asked this question once again a few months before that, and it was still no. It was no both times, and it will continue to be no, and would be no if I was asked basically any day. I've never had a girlfriend. Why? Well, there's lots of reasons. Again, this is why it's a loaded question. I could make like a half an hour long video just to why I don't have a girlfriend. Because, I'll just put it this way. Like, I answered him by saying, well, I'm a nerd. And, it's a funny way of playing it off. But, reality, it's actually a lot more complicated than that because I'm a lot more mature than my age group should be. That is a reason behind it. They say that a 14-year-old girl is like an 18-year-old guy. But at the same time, that's like 4 years. So, an 18-year-old would be about a 22-year-old, guys, but the thing is, I'm a college student, okay, but I'm only 16, so I have the maturity level of a college student, but people my age, of course, are not that maturity level, and that is a reason behind it. Also, the fact I have a list, not like a physical list, but more of mental things like, okay, if they do this, that's minus points. If they do this, it's bonus points. Really, heart wants, all that stuff. But, the list is helpful in pursuits of things. I don't know, make a list, people. Make a list. But, yeah, it's a very low question. Again, half an hour long, I could spend answering the question, but it mostly has to do with maturity levels, my stance on relationships and things, and I have quite strong stances on things like partying and alcohol and drugs and things along those lines, so yeah, that's why it's such a loaded question. But no, I am what you call a nerd. That kind of stands in the way a little bit. Social interaction, who needs that? I have YouTube videos to watch and Animu. All I need is the Animu waifus. Moving on to the next question after that. I can't. Steven asks, can I be one of the characters? Now, this is for anyone who wants to be a character. Yes, but can you take it seriously? Okay, that's all I ask. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. You can be a side character, you can be a main character, whatever. I will try you out. I will audition you. You may or may not get a part, but if you do get a main part, can you not say, yeah, I'm totally willing to do this, record one set of lines I give you, and then say, hey, I don't think this is for me. I'm a opt out now. I mean, shots fired, but at the same time, no offense, I understand. Some people think it's all going to be sunshine and rainbow. Some people are thinking, oh, I'm just going to come in. It's basically going to be my series now. But no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. Well, Steven is actually a cool guy, and I've talked to him, and, he actually is very good for a certain role coming up in Season 2. Oh, you will find out who that is. Hint, 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 hint. It's gonna be pretty cool. Hold on. That absolute beastal hint. That was beast, that hint. That hint was absolutely beast. But still, okay, he's a cool dude. I don't think he'll do anything like that, but again, if you want to be a character, that's fine. But if you don't want to, every week, read, 10 or so lines, and, every week have to get on Skype, read 10 lines, send me the voices, that's okay. Take a smaller role. We have plenty of smaller roles, we have plenty of bigger roles, we have one-time villains, we have villains that only reoccur once in every long while, there's plenty of different roles, but if you think you can handle a bigger role where every week I'll send you 10 lines for you to read, great. But please do not take something bigger, because I've had so many people, I miss Pancham, because he got on every week and was willing to record his lines. Because of, something came up and he couldn't do it anymore. I'm not going to say what it is or anything. That's, his own business. I'm not going to say it here. But, he was really good. Every week he got on, he gave me lines. He got better and better each time. You could really see how much he was improving, and it was great. So I really miss him. I wish he could eventually come back. Maybe he'll, not be as busy and be able to do it again, but probably most likely not. So more people like Pancham would be great. That can actually, get on once a week on Saturdays or whatever the time works best for you and actually do it. But again, if you can't do it on a week-to-week basis, there are minor roles. There are side characters, supporting characters, characters like that. And there's nothing wrong taking a role like that. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes your voice just doesn't fit one of the main characters. I have a bunch of people who give me voices that are just very different voices from what you would hear in normal One Piece or what you would hear in anime or different things, and I have to figure out what they can work for. And certain side characters, yeah, they work great for. I have this one kid who needs a voice actor who has a bit higher pitched voice, and there's some people that have higher pitched voices that can do this role, but there's some characters they can't do. They can't do the muscular man or the woman or the things like that. I have no female voice actors at the moment. That's something I need. I really need that. I'm upset that I don't have any at all, but what can you expect? You gotta work with what you gotta work with. I'm willing to voice act all the characters if I have to, and I'm probably going to start going to forum posts and things like that, looking for actual, people looking for, fan roles and fan jobs of things, and probably, the type of people that you would see in a parody video sort of thing, people not looking for pay or anything, just people looking for fan projects to get some experience, to get some other things on their belt, maybe get some publicity so they can say, oh, here's a voice reel of stuff I've done, and, people like that. I'm probably going to look for a few people like that, but yes, I would definitely, if you want to be a character, just know your limitations and PM me your Skype. That's all I need you to do. If you don't have Skype, we can use a different system. We can probably email each other. I might set up my own email. It's just the series isn't big enough for its own email. Well, for itself, it's just that because of the voice acting thing, I might set up an email just to make it a bit easier, but yeah. Moving on to the next question. That was a longer than I thought it would take, but next question. Trafalgar. Trafalgar, that's a weird name. Never heard that before. Trafalgar D. Water Law asks, Q&A, hashtag Q&A actually, will we be seeing more Marines in the future? Yes. That was an evil laugh.
Dragon Master, my question is, what is your favorite anime?
Thank you for the voices. Thank you for the voices. Thank you for the voice submitted question 0 clips. Now, to answer your question, my favorite anime is in fact Hunter x Hunter. So, you might be surprised. You're like, what? Is Hunter not the One Piece? But One Piece is amazing. No. My favorite manga is One Piece. I will give it that. But my favorite anime is by far Hunter x Hunter. One Piece anime, not the best. Not the best, I'll be honest. Well, Hunter x Hunter's anime is the best, I'll be honest. It is number one. Number one! I talked about it earlier. I was talking about the Chimera Ant arc. Yeah, that is my favorite shonen arc by far. And Hunter x Hunter actually has my favorite episode of any anime ever in it, which is a kind of a big deal, to be honest. And yeah, so Hunter x Hunter. I don't know what to say. It's an amazing series. Give it a shot. That's all I have to say, man. All I have to say. Next question. Brian Lewis asks, for the final question, are you going to play on a One Piece server? Now, I have played on One Piece Mind Man no Mi server before in the past. It was a very small server. There's about 10 people played. I joined a Warlord's crew, actually, which was pretty cool to be able to be on a Warlord's crew. But yeah, the Mind Man no Mi mod isn't not very far along in production. There's a lot better mods to base a server around, such as the Avatar mod and other things like that. And there are some problems with the Mind Man no Mi mod that makes it incredibly grindy. You have to play that a lot. And I honestly don't have the time commitment to play on a One Piece server. Maybe, like, I could do it once. I could stream it. I could hop on the server, stream it. Maybe, like, an admin can, like, opt me or something. And I can, like, I don't know. I could just wander around a little bit, maybe have like a bunch of fans show up and play on the server for a little while, give it some publicity, things like that. But at the moment, I'm not looking to really like play on a server long term or anything like that. So thank you for asking me, and I'm very flattered that you did. But at the moment, probably too much of a time commitment for me to really sink into. Okay, that is all of the fan submitted questions, but I still have a few more things I'd like to answer that people might be curious about, which are, starting with another question by me for me, is what is going to be the schedule of One Piece roleplay? Well, the first season's over, okay? And, well, the next season, I'm starting the production of episode 1 after I finish this video. I would like to get at least one episode out of One Piece related content a week, whether that be tales or Q&As like this. But I'm going to be upping the production value of Season 2 by so much. I don't know if I can do weekly videos like I did before. Maybe bi-weekly. Maybe like... It's hard to say. It is hard to say. But because of how much I'm upping the production quality, I don't honestly know. Some videos are going to be harder to make than others. Some videos are going to be, yeah, I can do this in a week. Some are going to be, I'm going to need 2 weeks for it. So we're going to have to see. I'm going to try a weekly schedule and release them on Saturdays and probably take maybe like 2-week break between seasons each time. But that's where I am currently on it. I'm sorry if you like it like it to come out more often, but it takes a long time to make. The movie was the longest video the season finale was the longest video I've ever made, and that's not even comparable to I've probably put 80 to 100 hours into making that, and it took so long. No video I will make for probably like the next year will even come close to the amount of time that I put into that, just because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, it was all new territory. I've never done basically any of the things I've done in that video before, and it was very hard to make. But it was one of the reasons like it took so long to actually get the season finale, because you might say 100 hours, that's not that long, that's a few days. Yeah, but it's just non-stop work. You don't really have time to breathe. You're consistently moving the mouse and clicking things and dragging things. This the whole time, and it was a nightmare. It completely has to do with my skill level as an editor. I'm probably going to start studying editing, and I'm probably going to work on things like that, in all honesty. And I'll try to get a lot better. I'm adding some mods that should make it a lot faster. And the Season 2, I think by the first 2 episodes, you'll tell how good it can be, and how good the series can actually flourish. I think you might all be surprised by how good it is, and I'm really, truly hoping from the bottom of my heart I can make something truly great, and I can push the medium roleplays forward, because right now, we basically have 2 tiers of roleplays, even though we should have 3. The first tier is the huge guys, the millions of subscribers that every roleplay they post gets millions of views, or, a million views to a couple million views, and just huge blockbuster, tons of stuff put into them series. Next is the channels like mine. The channels that get 1,000 views every episode, or 100 views. Actually, mine is one of the few series that actually gets around 1,000 views every episode, and that's probably not going to happen anymore with the large break I took in between seasons. And part of me is upset by that, but it's completely my fault. I take full responsibility for that. I should not have taken such a long break, and I am actually very sorry that I did that. Just because people were probably kind of upset that they had dropped the series, and I completely understand that. I completely understand where people are coming from when they do that, and I am very sorry for that, but you can't change the past. You can just kind of look to the future. You can learn from the mistakes, and I don't think I'm ever going to make a mistake like that again. Before I started YouTube, I actually had a saying, I should never stop YouTube for like a month. Even if I take a break, I should have some videos prepared and just upload them slower, but I kind of broke one of my only golden rules, and I'm quite upset at myself for that, but there's nothing you do about it now. You just gotta look to the future and start making stuff again. And I truly hope that I can push the medium roleplays forward. Even if that sounds arrogant, I still want to do that. Because even just the flipbook style and the third person and first person and integrating those three styles together perfectly, I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen anyone do the flipbook style. I've never seen anyone do the third person and first person. I saw one roleplay that did third person and camera angles, but it wasn't, shots fired, but it was kind of it was a small channel. It was a small, not high budget, let's use that word. And that brings me into my second group of people, the small channels. I already started talking about it. They get 100 to 1,000 views per episode, of roleplay they do. The closest thing we have to a medium-sized channel that can afford to make unique changes and can kind of push the medium forward and can take risks and still get those views and still get the fan following and still get people to actually view them. Because YouTube is some people's jobs, and I can understand why the big channels don't want to do things too drastic or too insane. They're going to do small progressions over time because it's their job. They can't lose out on that revenue, and roleplays are a lot harder to make than just Let's Plays, and so they might only post a few a week, and they might need to get those million of views to actually be able to support themselves. So that's completely understandable. But so it's up to the medium-sized channels to actually push the medium forward. I'm not a medium-sized channel by any sense, and the only channel that's close to that is Sizzle Games. Again, he's a really cool guy. He shouted me out. I will give him all the shouts out because that was a cool thing to do. He shouted out a bunch of roleplay series actually, and that's a really cool. That's a stand-up thing to do. His roleplay series is really high quality. It's higher quality than mine, to be honest. And you should probably check it out. It's really good. If you've seen mine, you've probably seen his, to be completely honest. And yeah, that's what I have to say. He's the closest thing we have to a medium-sized roleplay channel. He's not really a roleplay, but the series itself is a medium-sized series. It's probably the only roleplay series I've seen at that size that's in between the small tank and the big tank. But the thing where I'm at, I'm basically a big fish, small tank sort of thing. I'm one of the few people that are getting in the 1,000 view range, but not, above that. And I'm probably not even going to be in the 1,000 view range anymore, like I said, but I do want to push the medium forward. If that's the one thing I can do, I would like to do that. I'd like to integrate third camera angles and the flipbook style and the first person, and I would like to integrate in machinima a bit more into it. And this is something that, if I ever get back to that point where I'm getting 1,000 views again, which I know it's kind of arrogant to say oh, I'll do it if I do this, or if I have these views I might, but it does have a lot to do with amount of time I have. If I get $3 a video like I did when I got 1,000 views, then if I get paid $3, fuck yeah, I'll spend all day working on videos. That's so much money. I don't have a job, I'll be honest. But I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. But if I ever have a scene like the scene where Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon, if I ever have a scene like that, with that much emotion and impact, I might 3D animate it. I'm taking a digital animation class, and I might use a 3D animator to actually animate one of my characters punching a guy. If it's a really emotion-filled punch or a really emotion-filled scene, really jaw-dropping important, like the Celestial Dragon punch was. Don't get your hopes up for that. Again, it has a lot to do with different things and time constraints and other things. I would like to be a post everyday channel, because that's just what I want to do. I like posting YouTube videos, and it's something I truly enjoy, and I'd like to do it for a long time, and I'd like to post a lot of content, and I'd like my content to be good. That's the main thing. I'm basically a perfectionist, and I'm basically ADD. I don't have ADD. My brother actually has ADD, but I don't. I I get tunnel vision, and that's really good for YouTube, but really bad. I got tunnel vision for soccer, and I spent a week only doing soccer, not doing YouTube. And I got tunnel vision for like writing, and I spent a week doing writing and writing a novel instead of doing YouTube. And I spent, I got tunnel vision for school, and I spent a week doing a school thing instead of YouTube. And it's a problem, but I just need to figure out how to work through my ADD sort of symptoms and kind of figure that sort of thing out. And yeah, like when I say I just want to push the medium or roleplays forward, that is truly what I mean, and it's what I'm kind of setting out to do in the coming seasons. And I hope the cast is more diverse. I hope I can get my writing through better, and I hope I can do all these things and all these crazy jazzalicious things. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say for this Q&A. If you enjoyed it, cool, cool. That's great. I'm not gonna say leave a like or anything because it's more of a bonding thing than anything. Q&A's more like you learn a bit about me, I learn a bit about you, sort of thing. So yes, that is all. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. All that jazz. See you in the next video, and hopefully the One Piece roleplay season 2 will start in maybe a week or so. Hopefully, no promises, but hopefully, I just have to work on it. I'm going to be out of town tomorrow because I'm going to be doing something literally all day, and I'm going to be back Sunday though, and I should continue where I left off today, however far I get. I have about 2 hours before I go to sleep, and yeah, I'll see how far I can get in creating the episode. Again, it probably will take around maybe 20 hours to make an episode. Now, depending on the episode, of course, but, just to, even it out, probably about that time, and I can spend upwards of 5 hours, I don't know, I honestly don't, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just kind of an idiot, so if you listen to me, don't. If you listen to me, don't. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of retarded. Oh, shots fired at myself. But yes, thank you all for watching. I'm going to end this video now. I'll see you all in the next video I do. And bye, everybody.